Hey bestie, you're welcome back to my channel. This is another interesting tutorial that you don't want to miss. This is the tutorial on how to make this beautiful jacket you are seeing currently on the screen. How to cut it, how to sew it, how to create a puff at the sleeve area, how to turn it inside out. You can see it's very neat, inside and outside is very neat. So I'm going to be showing you all these processes in this tutorial. If this is your first time on my channel, you are welcome. Please like, comment and share, and also subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. Let's go straight into the tutorial. You're welcome to the class. Okay, so these are the materials that we are going to be needed for this class. I have my AIRSTAY, I have my fabric and my lining. You can use any fabric of your choice. You can use African prints, which is Ankara, any fabric at of your choice, you can use it. So here is our pattern. We first work on the pattern first, okay? So I'm folding my paper into four. I'm cutting both front and back together, okay? So I'm gonna have to fold them into four, no zipper allowance, nothing. So I will first take my guideline like we normally do, which is shoulder line. That's 0.5, just a normal guideline. So I rule it like that. I connected the lines together and I enter my shoulder. The shoulder of the girl I'm working with is 6 inches. Okay, so I enter 6 inches and I enter the wideness of the neck. The width is 2.5. I use 2.5 for this project. Okay, and the depth for the back, I'm going to be taking the back depth first. I use 1 inch. You can use half an inch if you want. Okay, I use 1 inch. So, and the depth of the back is 1 inch, while the wideness is 2.5. And I will go ahead to enter the front as well. The front is 3 inches depth, okay, and I'm still maintaining 2.5 inches for the wideness, both the back and the front. But the depth of the back is 1, and the depth of the front is 3 inches. And I will go ahead to connect my lines together like so, my neck together like so. So after this, I'm going to go to my shoulder and I will take my shoulder slope where I marked the 6 inches for shoulder. So I took 1 inch for shoulder slope and I connected it to my neck width. Okay, so and after that I'm going to take my armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 6 inches. You can take your own, divide your bust circumference by 6 plus 1.5. Sometimes I use plus 2, depends on how busted the client is. Okay, but this is a child that we are working with, so I came down by 6 inches at that armhole line and I connected my line to the chest line. So I'm going to be entering the length of the jacket. Okay, so the half length of the gear I'm working with is 12 inches, so I came down by 3 inches, okay, making 15. So I'm going to be marking 15 inches like so, and I will connect my lines together. Okay, I came down by 3 inches after the half length. The half length is 12 and I came down by 3 inches and I marked 15 at that place. So I'll go ahead now to enter my armhole line. Okay, I just went ahead to repeat my shoulder line to connect my armhole. Okay, and at that point I came out at the middle point. I went by 3 inches and I came out by half an inch. I came in by half an inch at that armhole midpoint. Okay, so I'm going to be taking my shoulder measurement, my bust measurement, bust circumference divided by 4, and I added my allowance from beginning. I added 2 inches allowance. I think my bust circumference is 24, no, 25 divided by 4 gave me like 6 point something. Okay, so I added 2 inches in allowance to it and I connected it directly to the armhole like so. Okay, so the waistline I'm working with as well is 24. Okay, so 24, I'm going to be taking the armhole curve of the back. Okay, we all know that at the back we are not coming here by any inches. Okay, so anything I'm doing, I'm going to be doing the back. I will first cut out the back before I cut out the front. Okay, so I input my waist measurement circumference and I connected it directly to the armhole. Okay, so I will go ahead now and cut out my pattern. Okay, I hope we understand what I just did here. So I first cut out all the front, all the back measurements. Okay, so I'm left with one pattern. I've removed my back pattern. Okay, so I'm left with one pattern, and at the hemline, at that down part, I went in by 1.5 to curve it, to curve that line. Okay, you can go in by 2, you can go in by 1 inch, depends on what you want. Okay, but myself, I went in by 1.5. Okay, so I'm just going ahead now to cut the depth of my neck. That is what I'm doing. Okay, so and I don't forget to cut your your front armhole. I later trimmed my own, but I almost forgot, but I later trim it. Okay, so like I was saying now, at that down part, I went in by 1.5. Okay, and I will take my ruler, I will connect that 1.5. I use cuff ruler. Okay, that my armhole cuff, I place it like so, and I mark it directly to the chest line. Okay, I connect it directly to the chest line. I want to have a button. Okay, I want to have a button at that neck side. Okay, but if you don't want a button and you don't want to close it, you can just trim off like 1 inch. You trim it off from that neckline to the line. Okay, but I want to have a button on my own. I want to put a button, so there's no need of trimming anything. Okay, so I just connected that cuff line to chest line, and I open the remaining one. So guys, this is what we have. Like I said earlier, don't forget to trim your front armhole. Okay, the depth of your front armhole. Don't forget to, sorry, the front armhole, don't forget to trim it. That was what I just did. You can see the cuff I have at the down part. If you want your own to be more cuffy than this, okay, you can go inside more than 1.5. Okay, you can go more than 1.5 if you want it to be more coffee than this. Okay, so this is what we have. We have the back pattern and we have the front pattern. So I'm going to go ahead now to use this pattern to cut the fabric. But before that, let's go ahead to draft our sleeve. Okay, I want to take us through on how to draft that sleeve by using our basic sleeve pattern. Okay, so the length of the sleeve I'm working with is 19. So I went ahead to mark my 19 as so. Okay, you go with your own. I'm using a long sleeve here. Okay, I'm doing long sleeve here. So 20 inches is the length. 19 inches is the length of the sleeve I'm working with, and I added, I think, 1 inch sewing allowance to it, and I enter my biceps. Okay, your biceps is bust circumference divided by 6. Okay, I divided by 12 rather. So I enter my biceps and I enter my armhole line. Okay, my armhole line is the third one, my biceps is the second one. The length where I took the length from is the first line. Okay, the second line is my biceps, while the third line is my elbow. Okay, so I will go ahead now to input my armhole line. Okay, and to know the armhole, your bust circumference divided by 6. Okay, not plus 1.5. You're not adding any 1.5 to it. So I went ahead to enter to divide my bust circumference by 6. Okay, and you can see the way I place my cuff ruler. So I first mark the back armhole. This is the back armhole, as we saw it when we were drafting the basic. Okay, you can see the front armhole is deeper than the back armhole. So we are going to divide what we have in that place at the midpoint. We are going to take the midpoint. Okay, we are going to note the midpoint, and at the midpoint, okay, we note the midpoint, and at the midpoint we are going to go ahead and mark 1 inch outward. Okay, I'll be half an inch outward. At that midpoint, I mark half an inch outward. Okay, half an inch outward. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be connecting the back armhole. Like I said earlier, we first create the back armhole. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. I connected that midpoint that I went up by half an inch. Okay, you can use your curve ruler. Just place your curve ruler once and for all and just mark it like so, like I did in that place. Okay, so and I at that midpoint as well, I went down by half an inch. I went in by half an inch to connect my curve for the front armhole. Okay, guys, this is what we have. Okay, this is what we have here. And for the, I just use my free hand to perfect the curve. For the pleats that is on the sleeve, from the starting point of that sleeve, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. You can go up by 3, by 4, as long as you want it. Okay, so now I'm going to connect it directly to the I'm going to connect it directly to the midpoint. Okay, I'm going to connect it directly to the midpoint. The 2 inches I went up with, I will connect it directly to the midpoint. Okay, and I'm just trying to use my hand to do the sleeve to curve it very well. Okay, so we have 2 inches for the pleat at that shoulder line. Okay, Abi, yes, at that shoulder line we have 2 inches up. Okay, so in that place I input my elbow. Okay, my elbow measurement divided by 2, so I input it, and my wrist, the damper divided by 2, and I enter the measurement, and I connected my lines together like so. So the elbow divided by 2, I place the measurement. I added sewing allowance to it, I think like 1.5 sewing allowance, and I enter the wrist area divided by 2. I input my measurement with like 1.5 inches sewing allowance, and you can see I will cut it out from my measurement till that 2 inches I went up with. Okay, so this sleeve I have now, this is for the back panel. Okay, when I cut out the sleeve, I'm going to note the front, and I'm going to trim the armhole out a little. Okay, so here we have the fabric. I've used that pattern to cut out the fabric and the lining plus the hairstay. Okay, I'm going to be putting hairstay on the lining only. You can go ahead, depends on the kind of fabric you are working with. You can put the hairstay on both the fabric and the lining. Okay, so this is the fabric, this is what we have here. Okay, so I'm trying to arrange it. I'm going to be taking the shoulder of the fabric separately, and I'm going to take the shoulder of the lining separately. Okay, I'm going to join the lining separately and the main fabric separately. So this is our sleeve. You can do the gathering of that 2 inch. I notch where that 2 inch is stop. I actually notch it. Okay, so when you cut out your own fabric, try to notch it. Okay, from the first notch, I'm going to use my needle and thread to do loose stitches to the second notch. Okay, that 2 inches that we went up with, I notch where the 2 inches stop. Okay, so I'm trying to do the gathering here. You can do this on the machine anyway. You can do the pleat when you reach where you notch, you do the pleat on the machine. So this is what we have. You can see how puffy is it. If you want it more puffy than this, you add to your 2 inches. You can go up by 3 or by 4 inches. Okay, so this is what I have here. I've already gone ahead to join my shoulder, the shoulder of the main fabric and the shoulder of the lining. And for the lining, I input just a strap of, you can use thread for this. Okay, what I want to use to do the buttonhole, I just input it at the one side of the lining. Okay, so what I'll be doing now, I'll be taking the side measurement, my bust circumference and my waist circumference. So I'll be taking it both on the lining and the main fabric, and I've already attached my sleeve to this. Okay, you can see I attach my sleeve separately. I cut lining for the sleeve as well. Okay, I have for the sleeve for the main fabric and for the lining. So you can see I've joined my sleeve to the lining and I've joined my sleeve to the main fabric. Okay, I have both my lining and my fabric already, and I've gone ahead to fix one sleeve, okay, with the lining. So I've not closed everything with lining already, so I will explain what I did. I want to explain what I did here. I must fix the sleeve before I use lining to close everything. Okay, so what I did, I put wrong side, and wrong side is facing each other. So you can see wrong side of the main fabric and the wrong side of the lining is facing each other. Okay, wrong side and wrong side facing each other, and I'm going to dip my hand into the lining, okay, into the sleeve of the lining to push it inside the main fabric sleeve. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. I use my hand. I want to try to explain again. I use my hand. I push the sleeve, the lining sleeve. Okay, this is the fabric, main fabric, my lining, the wrong side of the main fabric, and the wrong side of lining is facing each other, and I put my hand inside the lining, okay, inside the lining sleeve, I mean the sleeve lining, and I push it inside the main fabric sleeve, okay. I push it out. This is what I have. Is facing each other, wrong side and wrong side is facing each other, okay. So I'm going to be folding at the joining side of the lining, and the joining side where we join the sleeve together, okay. I'm going to fold in half an inch inward. Look at what I'm doing. I'm going to fold half an inch inward. Half an inch of the lining, I will fold it inward, okay. And I will fold half an inch of the main fabric inward as well. They'll be facing each other, okay. I will fold it inward. I'll fold it at the wrong side. Fold half an inch of the sleeve at the wrong side. Fold the half an inch of the lining at the wrong side. I'm talking about the sleeve at the wrong side, and I will go ahead to pin both of them together, okay. Just watch this place very well. I fold in half an inch of the lining inward at the wrong side, and I fold the half an inch of the main fabric inward as well at the wrong side. So both of them are facing each other. And you are going to start this one from where you join it, that is from the armhole side where you join the sleeve together, that make the sleeve to become one. So I'm going to pin it. Then after I pin that means I've secured how I'm going to sew it inside. So I will pull it. You can see me, I'm pulling it out to note where I'm pulling it out to know where I pin, okay, so that I can start sewing. I will follow that my pin. The way I pin it, I will follow it and I will sew it round. Okay? Take your time. It's very simple. Just follow the way I explained. It's very simple. And after I'm done with that, I'm going to be turning it out, and right side and right side facing each other. I will right side and right side facing each other, and I will sew everything. Then open one side of the lining, one joining side of the lining, to bring all my fabric, to bring it out, including the lining, to bring it out. And you can see what I have here. It's very neat. It's looking very neat. Inside and outside, you cannot see anywhere that I joined. Everything they are inside. It's very simple. Just follow the step the way I explained, and you can see the buttonhole that I did. You can see it, okay. So that place that I open, that I put everything out, I'm going to be closing it back, okay, with loose stitches or so. So this is what I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.